All right, welcome back to another episode of Tangle Tales, the podcast. Today's going to be a pretty short one. I don't have too much to cover, but I haven't done one of these in a few weeks and felt bad. So I wanted to jump on here and kind of give you an update, all things Tanglefoot. So the most recent thing that has happened is it is hot. It is about anywhere from 99 to 103 degrees here in Texas on any given day. Summer's brutal, and it's especially brutal in the back area where I brew at Tanglefoot because it is a concrete building with no airflow, and everything just gets real steamy and hot back there. But I did my first batch of the summer, and I was pretty happy with it. And I'll tell you what I did to alleviate some of that heat. One was I opened the back door and I put this big industrial fan that we have to blow outside air into the building. Even though it's warm outside, it's still cooler than the kind of like 110-degree heat back there with the burners going and everything. And two is I woke up at 5 in the morning to get there before the sun came up. So those are the two hot tips, pun intended, that I used to make the brew day a little bit smoother. Having said that, the glycol unit still can't keep up. When it gets hot, like it is outside in Texas, it heats that room up. That glycol chiller is an indoor unit, so it cycles air inside of the building, and that air has nowhere to go. So it just kind of perpetually warms up the air inside. And 90% of the year, it's fine. But right in these like hottest weeks of the year, hottest parts of the summer, it just can't keep up. So all the beers can't maintain temp, unfortunately. So if I have them crashed at 36 degrees, they're usually riding around 40. And if I'm trying to crash something, it's just taking way more BTUs cooling capacity than I have with the indoor temperatures there. So I definitely need to make improvements on the system. And that leads me into the next part of the discussion is expansion. I need to do something. So I'm at a point where I'm brewing, you know, I could probably brew about 100 barrels a year if I maxed everything out, if I got some more kegs and really cranked the system. But yeah, the whole place is just not set up for brewing much more than that, which is unfortunate because that really limits the amount of revenue that I can bring in. Granted, taproom sales aren't amazing, so I'm not selling all the beer that I have right now. But with the introduction of distribution, it's definitely going to be challenging to try to do both things with the capacity that I have. So I'm kind of in the throes of indecision right now, trying to figure out what to do next. This is the classic kind of small business conundrum, but do I continue to try to cash flow it and grow slowly, or do I, take out loans or bring on investors or whatever it is in order to scale capacity and hope that I can distribute that beer or sell that beer? So that's kind of the issue that I'm running into right now. But good news on the distribution front. And my girlfriend Jody just walked in. What's up?
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
So I sent out a couple of kegs into distribution initially to Troy Lumberyard up in Troy, and then sent out another keg to Fox Dog, which is a craft beer bar and coffee house north of downtown Temple, and got some great feedback from folks that have been out there drinking the beer. I actually sent out a couple more kegs to Troy Lumberyard after that, as well as a case of glasses, Tanglefoot glasses. So they're the only other account that will have those glasses. So definitely stop by there and go get a pour of one of the loggers they have on draft at Troy. But yeah, so good feedback from folks that have gone out there and drank beer. I've had a couple of people come into Tanglefoot from having beers out at the other account, so that's kind of cool to see. But yeah, pretty much all the updates that I have there, just kind of grinding away and dealing with this heat in the summer. But if you're around Temple or the area, come on by, have a glass of lager, and if not, we'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Now's Drubby.